Welcome everyone. We're taking you all the way to Bangalore, to Whitefield, and taking you inside the Center of Excellence, which is the most amazing spot on planet Asia so far. So I'm going to start with a few minutes of introduction, and then we're going to show you some of the Center of Excellence's magic in a video, which will be followed by our center head, Shiji Sunil, who will tell you about how you can become famous at that center. And finally, we have our poster boy, Mr. Srinivas, the secretary of the association, who is going to be, giving you the gate pass, the entry ticket, and credit cards ready. All right, so here we go. Fantastic presentation you just saw from Arvind. So we'll do the video after, okay? We'll do the video after, thank you, after my talk. So content creation is now an extreme sport. And filmmaking or image making needs Olympic style preparation. So for us to upscale and upskill ourselves in order to be these Olympians, these Olympic filmmakers, the digital age has now created a change whereby the old camera-driven techniques are no longer able to cope with the workflows that are rapidly changing. So computer imagery with artificial intelligence, augmented reality, virtual reality, drones, and methods of performance capture are overcoming and disrupting the 100 years of filmmaking of the past. ABAI is a creative industry trade association based in Bangalore, the Silicon Valley of India. And while the city has zoomed ahead in areas like IT and biotech and electronics and aerospace and startups, the AVGC, which is animation, visual effects, games, and comics, is also now blooming in that city, creating a panacea, a remedy. The vulnerability of filmmaking today is to find new technologies and tools that talent can make themselves Olympians with. And in this new paradigm, the ABAI Center of Excellence is a live build-out, which you can touch and feel and see, that is the product of the ambition and the vision of my team and I over the last couple of years to create something that everyone can use. This is not a particular company that keeps a tool or a technology to itself. It's an open platform that anyone can come and plug and play and use and create their product without having to invest several $1 million. So this is going to fuel content made in India, and it's also going to fuel content made from India. So both the services and the product IP creators can actually use this to take themselves and their passion to new heights. We're very grateful to the government of Karnataka for their sponsorship, and their grant of almost 50 crores has been a significant part of which has already been deployed in the center, is bringing a new inquiry, bringing a new advocacy to the new ways of filmmaking in television, games, edtech, advertising, design, R&D, any sector that needs imagery and simulation. You will see from the presentation today how photogrammetry, for example, will disrupt the multi-location shoots and the risks that actors and stuntmen and animals and have had to perform impossible tasks in the past, and how VFX today is creating a new code. I call it a new creativity code, leveraging artificial intelligence to design, to write, to paint, to shoot images, to ideate, to iterate, to construct things that are artificial, but make us feel more alive. And so finally, what I would say is that the AVGC media, and today we're at the VAM summit, so the VFX world is now meeting a new post-pandemic systemic change, a systemic change in devices that are in the hands of 700, 800 million people in India, and consumption methods and consumer tastes with the arrival of the OTT. And this COE is that test bed, that launch vehicle for these new scientifically driven digital arts creative industry tools that people are going to use. Our team will tell you about how we have become the technicians of the never before. We leverage the computing paradigm where algorithms are constantly learning. And here is a place for you to come and write your algorithms for how you will create the image making of the future. The entertainment industry today is about new mediums that learn code, that learn how to code the visual world. And this center has already begun to develop several proprietary tools, several proprietary methods. We've used the pandemic in order to create several pipelines across different types of software that will actually help image makers, filmmakers to leverage the talent of future. So why has this all happened? Games bring 3D characters to life, and around the world, they've used motion capture. This is done because they have to move their gameplay forward. And primarily when you have a priority in games like character animation, mocap makes that process easier, fun, and more affordable. Visual effects, the topic of today. Here we create, at this ABAI COE, we are able to take motion capture and performance capture to create a non-linear VFX workflow that suits the modern creator. What's happened in the past is that pre-production with animation was very expensive and very time consuming. But now you can almost use our tools as if you are in the writer's room or the director's room, and you can see your movie before your movie is made and while it is being made. And that is where we are driving talent at the COE. In filmmaking, the money gets spent when you show new ideas and when you try and be spontaneous. And if you looked at, for example, how MPC and Disney made The Lion King, they used these tools and technologies to craft the entire movie inside virtual reality using the technologies we have at COE. And then it was a piece of cake to make the rest of the movie with hundreds of artists and technicians around the world. So in conclusion, I will say that at the CII, for example, we're driving the National Center of Excellence, and we are referencing ABAI's Center of Excellence as that test bed that will help us to
Hi, good evening.
Hi, Shiji and Srinivas. I think Biren got stuck.
Okay, can you play the video if you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's the biggest facility in our country also. So thank you for being part of India.
proud to have this facility here in India because it's among the biggest facility in Asia. So the quality that is like nowhere can be compared to the past experiences of mine. Thank you so much.
Hi, this is Lokesh Nagaraj. I'm a film director, and this is the first time I'm visiting AVGC Centre of Excellence. Motion capture and scanning technology, and this is one of a kind. That's the first time I'm experiencing getting CG thing generated from it, and we actually had a very nice experience.
The pleasure of visiting ABGC Centre of Excellence in Bangalore. It's a fantastic idea. We've been talking of it, but they have actually executed it. It's one solid center, a place where so many things could be achieved. Such a fountainhead of technology in one location. So I wish them all the very best. And by wishing them well, we are wishing our projects, the present one and the future, a good success. Showing me around, it's a fantastic facility. I wish you do more improvements and make India proud.
Oh, that was great. I think that very little needs to be said after we hear from Mr. Kamal Hassan. So that was really amazing. I wanted to end by just saying that I owe a deep gratitude, a deep thanks to the government of Karnataka for this, for backing our vision with this fantastic opportunity. I want to thank the management committee of ABAI over the last 5 years for volunteering their time and understanding. We actually have on the managing committee people who are heads of studios, and we also have creative artists on our managing committee. I don't think any trade body in India has that. So we actually have a very 360 view of how to do this. But most of all, there are some very dedicated pioneers that is, she's here as the center head, and she has an amazing team of passionate people. So I just wanted to say that without them, this center would be just a standing structure, and I'm deeply, deeply grateful from the bottom of our heart for what they do. And I'm going to ask you to hear it from Shiji herself. So thank you very much. And apologies, I'm at the JW Marriott in Juhu and the internet just went, so I'm back. Here we are. Shiji, over to you, and congratulations on all that you achieved so far.
Thank you so much, sir. And with all your blessings and your visions, so we have been able to set up the Center of Excellence, and it has been a struggle as well as encouraging 3 years that we got to put this whole setup. And see, finally, end of the day, the happiness is when we have people like Kamala Hassan sir come and shoot, and his words matter so much about quality. And when we say we are the Center of Excellence, I think we try to bring the best from all over the world, be it motion capture, be it our photogrammetry, or all the setups that we have. We try to give the best quality. And when we talk about virtual production today, so virtual production, it's in different stages it is, or in different studios, the virtual production is there out there today. So when we talk about generally a virtual production, we talk about how the physical and the digital world meets together. And especially in the motion capture stage, the director is able to see the visual environment and the character at the same time. So that is the beauty, that is the advance of this technology, where we can use Unreal or the Unity, any of these engines, and create amazing performance captures at the studio. So, and today, if you see that the Unreal Engine and all of them are writing codes and bringing in all these characters, which is for the motion capture. So today, motion capture is one of the best pipelines, non-rendering and easy and fast way of creating animation. And again, when you say virtual cinematography, again, the word virtual comes in all kinds of technologies. So when we talk about virtual cinematography, it's again a technique that is performed for the graphics environment. We create different kinds of photography, and sometimes we can create a stereo or a multiple set photograph to create the new kind of an illusion called as photogrammetry. So photogrammetry is again one of the best that we have here with the 200 camera setup, where we can give a 16K output, which is amazing. The reach that we have with all the R&Ds and all that we have created. And along with photogrammetry, now the next step that COE we are taking is the volumetric scans. So the photogrammetry will give you a single scan. The volumetric is going to give you a movement and animation into. So where we are going to talk about immersive and movement editing. And again, we come to the word called virtual, the actual virtual production stage. So that's the next thing. So we talk about green screen, we talk about the VFX industry. So today the virtual production stage is all about the next level of the LED screens, where we bring in the Unreal Engine. We have the pre-visualization or the technical visualization that will come into the production, new pipelines, and the most important, the only center who has the NCAM. So we now have the NCAMs, which is again a tracking device that we will be using for the virtual production. So to sum up about the entire virtual, so today we can say the word metaverse that we talk about, the virtual production that we talk about, the virtual cinematography, the stage, all is there right here at the COE. So I would actually welcome all of you who are watching this to please do visit and utilize the technology and the quality of output that you filmmakers and can utilize and make wonderful movies here, right here next door. So I want to welcome all of you to COE. Srinivas sir, anything to add?
I think you have given a complete overview about the technologies available and how we are using it. I'd just like to add to Biren and Shiji that this has been an effort over the years because it's not easy to put up such kind of a facility, and it has taken a lot of efforts in trying to put it up and trying to bring in the futuristic technologies required in these industries with the support of government of Karnataka, and trying to ensure that whatever we do the best. Whatever we put up there, we want to put up the best there. So we have one of the largest photogrammetry, which is 200 cameras, which you already seen in the video. And we have the cams, 2 end cams, which I already discussed in the previous session where I was mentioning about how we are looking at a future pipeline of VFX using NCAM and virtual production. We have the facial scan. We have the one of the biggest green screen studios or green screen setups in the country, for which every small detailing has been done in getting in the latest infrastructure and technologies to be in place there. And most importantly, all these futuristic technologies is available and affordable by any studio in our country. It's not that it's exorbitantly priced or can't afford it. But if you have, technology cannot be forced upon. I mean, if you have a content which needs technology, and if these technologies are available here in Bangalore, I would suggest that you should come and visit this place and see how you could explore possibilities here, because this is for the industry that we have created. We have created this for enabling each and every content creator in the country to ensure that he's able to churn out the best possible output, what he has visualized in his mind. And we are only an enabler to ensure that you're able to achieve your objective. So through this medium, I would like to invite all of you to just visit the facility and then explore options of what you could use based on whatever the facilities that we have. Apart from that, I don't think anything much to add, because Biren and Shiji have already touched upon it, and the video has already covered it. So I think we are open for questions, and we would like to answer the questions if they have any from the audience.
Yeah, I just wanted to ask you, Srini, what's the size of the volumetric side you're looking? You were providing the LEDs and all that. What's the size of the stage or the floor?
Yeah, Shiji, would you like to answer on that? What is the one that you're procuring?
Actually, we will be having almost we are going to be having a small LED walls. Maybe around 200 walls would be there. We're still in the procurement stage.
Okay. Okay. After this, we have something from Disguise. Would you also be having a Disguise installation for?
Yes, for the NCAM. Yes,
yeah.
We have. Yeah.
Okay, great.
For NCAM, we have the entire setup.
Okay.
Yeah. So whatever we've already procured is the photogrammetry in place, and the mocap, facial cap, and NCAMs and Blackmagic cameras, witness cameras, and the green screen is already operational. It is being used. What is going to come in is the volumetric scan and
the
LED walls. And
so what's the size? What's the size? I mean, I guess you all don't know as yet.
No, we don't have it. We would be doing the biggest whatever possible that we can.
There is an area which has been earmarked for AR/VR.
18,000 square feet of big space.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
So adding to that, we also have, we've also been, as you saw in the facility, we also have an incubation space where we are giving space to startups to come up with their ideas, and also funding them through a program called Elevate, where AVGC startups get funded up to a tune of about 50 lakhs for idea to POC, out of which I think so far we have already funded about 40 plus AVGC studios in the state. And we have the Kit 1 fund, which is beyond the Elevate fund. Like if Elevate fund is up to 50 lakhs for idea to POC, the Kit 1 fund is up to up to 5 crores to build the series. And the objective is to create an ecosystem. Like you have the best post-production facility, you have the best incubation facility, you have the best training facility. We are aiming at looking at establishing something like the IIT IM of animation, visual effects, and gaming, where students who pass out from various institutions who are considered not to be industry ready will be trained on the technologies that are required by the industry, and industry people are going to come and train them. And we already tied up with a few universities also, where we are picking up students, handpicking them, and taking them through a 3-month, 6-month, 9-month program, and preparing them not only for the industry, also preparing them for the technology. It's not about only having the technologies, you need to have the right technicians to operate these technologies. So as I had mentioned in my last session, that NCAM, it's not great having an NCAM at your facility if you don't have anyone to know who doesn't know how to operate an NCAM. So we have the technologies as well as the trained technicians who can operate those technologies. So all in all, it's an entire ecosystem. Sorry, Shiji, you can add.
Yeah, so I just wanted to check.
Just to add to the question, because see these LED walls, we are going to have it mobile. So depending on the stages, depending on the studios, depending on the requirement spec, because right now what we have the green screen. So we may try to put only one wall and, do the shoots here, but then mostly it will be mobile, because for the movie industry, we would like to take it, depending on whether 72 feet or how many feet, we would be ready to accommodate that kind of a screen. And then we have our DOPs who are trained from international arenas and all are ready. So yeah, that's.
Now I wanted to check what else. What if there are young students who want to use the facility? Are there
Yes.
Yeah. So in terms of also funding them in, let's say there's a bright young filmmaker who's got a good project which is VFX heavy, will you help fund projects as well? And secondly, and also probably providing them facility to do the VFX part also for young filmmakers.
Yes, definitely we'll encourage them, because even our the incubation process or the hiring process or the process where we take in students and train them, we also give them opportunities to utilize the facility to come out with something. So though it is not on a very big scale right now, but we definitely throw open to all the students who will come and do their workshops or seminars or probably a 3-month, 6-month course. It is available for everyone.
So is it available for freelance filmmakers, smaller filmmakers is what I was asking. Like, I want to use it for incorporating some, maybe using Unreal also by doing real life rendering, real life.
Yes.
Yeah. So is it available for that for young filmmakers?
It is definitely available, but about the funding, then there's a process that we may have to talk to the government and, pitch for the project and, try to take help from them. But then the facility is always available for filmmakers, freelancers. And I think you should visit the facilities to actually see what are the possibilities and utilize it. So definitely you can use it.
Yeah, and what about the hotel facilities and all that? Have you tied up with certain hotels over there so that they can come as a package, or there's no package available?
No, we don't. But then we can definitely, give you some kind of a support numbers.
No, that can be available through the internet. I thought there could be a tie-in for not for larger studios, not for larger filmmakers, but smaller filmmakers.
Yeah, we can definitely support. Yeah.
So there's a question from Manik Patel to, what's the process to book the facilities? Is it available for other state studio projects?
Of course.
And what's the process to book the facility?
Yeah, so everybody in the country or in Asia should be using this, because this is the only facility available here right now. So
what's the process? Do we go online? Like if I go to the Film City, if I want to book in Mumbai's Film City, I want to book, I have to go and make an online application.
Yes, you can go online, or you can, call one of us. Our numbers are there, and we should be definitely able to book it according to the slots available. And
so, what's the website they go to? What's the website they go to?
They go to coe.avgc.in.
coe.avgc.in.
Correct.
Yeah. So how now? VK has a question. Shelf life of technology is short. How is a roadmap planned to be bleeding edge? Srini, you got to take this. Please don't put CG on the spot here.
I understand this. I mentioned it in my previous session that it's difficult for anybody apart from a body like a government body to set up this place and constantly keep evolving or growing this facility. So the one advantage that we enjoy, or if we have, is that we have the support of the government, and they're always open for the new ideas, the department and the government. And we always keep telling them that the technology keeps upgrading, so you need to keep supporting us with other things. Like, for example, we would have raised purchase orders for certain equipments. And,
maybe a year ago, now they're coming, or a year and a half ago.
Pardon me?
Maybe you raised the purchase order a year ago, and the delivery is happening now thanks to the pandemic.
Exactly. And so in the process, the technology gets changed or gets upgraded. Immediately, we get in touch with them and tell them that, look, this has changed. And instead of that, we are placing an order for this.
Yeah.
And immediately our request is considered, and the difference in amount is also taken care of.
Yeah, previously we were talking about DI and many other things coming in. Right now we have already submitted POs for LED walls and the volumetric scans and trucks and many things that we are planning for this COE. We try to keep ourselves updated, systems updated, softwares updated, and make sure that even we actually are tied up with some universities, so we even make sure that the students are updated with the latest programs. Yeah, we try to do as much.
Yeah, but you'll have to have a constant process of funding, because as VK said, technology is going to get obsolete. So not just you need to have a plan that you will amortize this over 3 to 5 years, and then or 3 years maybe, and then you need to have a lab also where you'll constantly keep experiment with new technology.
Yes, we have an R&D lab. Yes, we do that. Yeah. Actually, first we do a lot of R&D and then make sure that, because every time a filmmaker comes to us, they always want to see the final product. They want to see what is the quality. If you're talking about 16K quality, show us projects. Then only they will come. We want to see whether what we are saying is. So we always do an R&D and make sure that when the clients or the filmmakers come, we have a proven quality that it will be available with us. Yes.